Hello, and welcome back to another episode of One Idiot, One Console, because the other one's at work. Obviously, today we're back for some more Timberborn. So if you didn't see the last episode, we're working a lot right now on explosives and stuff, but I just fucked up this entire build back here. So my only choice is to just demolish the whole fucking thing, which I am internally screaming about, if you're curious. Why am I like this? Alright, I am just gonna completely demolish this entire thing and worry about putting it back together in a minute. Yeah, nothing should be down that low. This sucks. Oh my god. It would suck less if I could control the mouse! Okay. Starting over. Okay, so I want everything to be level with that. So, going in with the levees again. Same exact thing I did before. I'm aware this is probably not the most efficient way of doing it. But my only plan here is to make the floor... Sure, I love lag. My plan here is to make the floor level as possible, so that I can put hella windmills back here. That's the end. That's all I want. There we go. Alright, and then platform-wise, I need 1 high platforms here, and 2 high platforms here. Levy, please. Alright. Same shit over here. 1 high platforms. Well, at least this will be less building. And 2 highs. Back to landscaping, grab my levees. That was supposed to go out from the corner, but sure. Why not? Alright. Finito. And then what we do is we take this, because this is just easier for my brain. I can start putting a windmill there. So, we scoot all the way that way. Which I'm not actually going to be able to do this all the way through now. So yay. Alright, and then we go ahead and we take our vertical power shafts. And we go here, and here, and here. Whoop, there we go. I could calculate this. I'm not going to, because I'm gonna fuck it up, and then I'm gonna be really mad at myself later, so... We're just gonna go ahead and do this the long way. Which involves some waiting. Alright, back to power. So then we gotta put the vertical, or not the vertical, the... What are these, horizontal? No, they're just power shafts. Then we gotta put the just power shafts in. And then we need a windmill for every one of these. And we need these to cover up the power shafts. Sick. Alright. And then I'm probably going to just connect those to the paths that are under here, which if you don't know what I'm referencing, I have paths that I am slowly setting up down here, which actually they've gotten pretty far on this, so go ahead and connect all these paths in so that they can get places. There we go. Alright. My hope is once I've got all of these paths in that they'll be able to reach everything from them and I won't really have to babysit this anymore. I wonder why they did just that one. Oh well. But hopefully once I have all of these paths in, which this is one big crisscross network, like that. So, hopefully, once this is all completed, they'll just be able to reach everything from any given path. And I won't have to worry about it, which will be nice. It seems like I've missed some explosives in some areas. Oh, I probably deleted them while I was just doing that. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh well. We'll just put them back where they were. No biggie. No real time lost. And then I'll just double check that the paths are still going to connect to all of this. Yeah, which predictably we've got to extend. I love lag. Lag is my favorite part of gaming. This doesn't frustrate me at all, in any way. I'm not gonna scream, you are. Help. Alright. And then I think I'm probably... Yeah, I should make a little path out of this, too. I think that's lined up correctly. Cool, it was. Sure, why not? I figure I can use the same sort of principle here to get them up to working on that. Okay. Corner. Not quite a corner, so... Oop, too far. You. And I'm pretty sure you. Oop. Cool. And then we'll go ahead and mark you. And that should about do it. Still gotta do this. Yeah, if they're not working on both ends, I figure they're probably not able to reach them. Which seems to hold true for the most part. Once they get that, we'll have a decent chunk of the path done. I won't have to babysit this section much at all. Certainly not for this, which is good. Yeah, this is going to be most of this episode, is just kind of placing paths and babysitting beavers, but once we get done with, again, once we get done with the part where we're really babysitting them, they'll pretty much just finish this out on their own. Which I don't need to increase my food production at all or anything right now, so that would be purely elective. Ooh, that's not good. We're starting to lose workers. Let's just make sure that's not somewhere important. That is a grill. You know what, I would rather these be staffed if something's gonna happen. Where did the no worker in district go? Nowhere. Okay. Yeah, I want to keep the food production running no matter what. So, like, I don't care if bad water pumps or bad water rig or whatever runs out of stuff. Actually. Oop, no. Let's go ahead and try and swap you guys over to that. Yeah, it's not paused or anything. Oh, it's... okay. Never mind, I figured out why they're not there. Okay, but yeah, I don't care if those don't have workers. Builder's hut, I would prefer they do, but I'm not worried about it. Yeah, unless we have a massive decrease in workers, we should be okay for right now. Okay, but there is still... and I don't know which it is. There we go. Power wheel. Yeah, that one's... yeah, we'll go ahead and just turn that down, because that is literally only if we have a surplus of beavers. Perfect. Alright, and then I wanted to see if they'd gotten that done yet. Oh, they did. Alright, let's go ahead and get them out here so that they can do that, just so that I can get them a path actually up here. Get the one on the other side too. Actually, that is literally not going to matter, so we'll leave that alone. But yeah, so they should come out here and do that pretty quickly here. I'll just leave that alone, whatever. No, demolish resource, there we go. Alright, here we go. That should get them all the way over. Alright, and then they'll get that when they get to it. Actually, you know what? I'm also going to soft prioritize that. Let's see if they've gotten to the edge anywhere else. Not quite. They did here. Okay, I do have that marked out. I was wondering why the hell they just took a turn all of a sudden. I can't remember where the hell I escaped. Alright, so here... alright, and that will get them up here. That'll do for now. Except for in this direction. Which, this is going to be a little bit more finicky to reach. There we go. Voila. Down again to see how far they're getting. Alright. Here's one. That's fine. Where's the path? There. Far end. Perfect. Making sure all the paths are functioning. Yep, that's kind of a problem. Actually, I am going to go ahead and detonate that and get rid of this. And instead, what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to put, that's, like, definitely more annoying, but it's working. Alright, and then I think there'll be one more exit over here. Nope. Well, over here. There, now it's all set up. And they can get up here to work on this whenever they want. Going up and down on the other side for some reason. Alright, so they just got there, but they haven't built that yet. Okay. Which, that's fine. Doesn't really matter. Alright, and this is the last area that's higher priority. So that'll be done pretty soon here. And now they're working over here. Perfect. I think I'd rather they get the corner done first, but I guess it doesn't really matter. I think I am going to go through and slightly raise the priority of all of the staircases, just so that they can get up here. So if I higher prioritize anything, they're already able to get out here. And they'll start working on this eventually, too. Just a little bit further. Oh shit, they're going up for some reason. Sick. Already gonna get this layer done a little bit. Woo. Me always with the wrong button. I'm gonna path a little bit along here, actually, just so I can make sure that if these guys want to get this done, they can reach all of it. That should do it. Well, actually... yeah, sure. Spot, but of course it's right on one. Yep, just gonna have to wait for that to happen. And they can reach all the way over here, right? Yeah, they can reach it. You know, that's not the way I'd be doing this, but alright, I guess. Must have had an awkward space in here and put that in later. That way we have some more planks to work with. Wondering if they're working on it anywhere else, really. Not particularly. Seems like we're gonna start over here, really. Which works. See if they've put in any of the ground explosives yet that I haven't noticed them put in. Nope. I can still see these. Actually, I can still see the whole thing out here. It's kind of fun to watch them dig out like this. I really like it. That was one of the reasons I wanted to make the YouTube channel in the first place, was because I wanted to see this part and nobody ever really showed it. Which I understand why not. It's not like the most riveting content, but I like it. I think it's satisfying, you know? Man, everything but that little bit right there. What y'all got against this part? Whenever they seem like they're running out of planks in there, I'll go demolish more of it. Which I did find out doing this before, that if you demolish this on top of them, it does not hurt them. Because eventually the stuff, like, all of the mountain that's above them will fall in. Which is the point. And it doesn't, like, hurt the beavers any. I tested it extensively just in case. Which I actually tested on one of our Together playthroughs. Both idiots. Not just me. Okay, I'm soft raising the priority over here again. I am curious if they've done anything over here while I haven't been looking. Oh yeah, they wouldn't have. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so they're just working on this stuff. Which makes sense. That's what I asked them to do. I think I'd like to get this stuff near here done quickly so that I can kind of get this stuff rolling. So I'm gonna go ahead and, again, like, soft prioritize some stuff over here. Because, like, definitely I want to start to get this place up and running, you know? Because once I have this place moving, we're actually making some progress, and then I can get beaver bots going, and I can get beavers out of dangerous jobs, so we don't have that happening as much, and just life improves. Which I also think it would be a very good idea to get these done. Really? So they have another way up here. Yeah, that's good. They're getting these done fast. And here comes somebody for that one. Get that done. Alright, and then we're making good progress on all the explosives, which once I've got one of these done, I'll explode everything. One of these meaning like this shelf of it or this shelf of it, because then they can get out here real easy. Alright, let's go see what they've done over here. Fair bit. Don't really have any storage for planks right now, so I'm not going to detonate those right this second. Why'd you do that one? They going. Yeah, once they start using a different entrance, like they've got a whole bunch of these done, I'm gonna delete that staircase so that they can't come up that way, and then I'm gonna eventually detonate everything and they won't be able to get up here. So theoretically I won't have killed anyone. You know? It's fun to watch them go under. Weird. I can see the lines for the zip lines, but I can't see the beavers on them right now. There we go. Interesting. We're doing pretty good on dynamite. Or explosives, rather. I don't know if there's actually a difference. Interesting that everybody's using this staircase right now. Have I ever looked at the flavor text? There's not flavor text. Okay. I like the flavor text. Oh, somebody used that staircase. Hey. I wonder why. Doesn't seem like anybody likes this staircase. Here we go now. We've got one guy that goes this way. Oh, damn it. Come on. Zilyafi and Jinjin seem to use this staircase. Oh, not this time, I guess. Just Jinjin. No, they traded. Somebody else went. Okay. Who knows? For some reason, some people are using this one. Really, I do know it's just the system. But it's funny. Alright. Well, in a minute here, we'll be done with this whole half. And that'll be very helpful. I'm leaving this staircase in case they start using it to go that way, but I don't see why they would when there's another staircase right there. Who knows with these guys, though. Oh, then they're probably not doing this section because they can't reach it, which is fine once they've... We've only got, like... I don't know, I'm calling that 12 more explosives to go. Somebody tell me if I'm right. I'm not gonna count it, somebody tell me. 2 more. Come on, guys. And we'll see where they're going now. Yeah, it looks like they're probably gonna... Yep. I was right. Alright, so we'll go ahead and take that out. Once he's done with this, we can take this staircase out. Just double checking that I'm not stupid. Yep, I'm not. Why not go under? Sure, whatever. Alright, once they're done with this area here, I think I'm gonna just explode this entire rim. Especially because then they can get to everything that's out here pretty easily. Which begs the question, have we made any real good progress down here? Not really. They've been busy. Alright. Just waiting on these. At least once we've got this section done, we can start getting some bot stuff going. That will make life much easier. Actually, yeah, let's look through and see what we need. So we could use Spatterdock or potatoes. Potatoes produce the most, but Spatterdock actually might be the way that we go. Which I'm gonna need a whole storage area around here. Probably be easiest to have somebody collect water right here for the processing. Because I'm gonna want to have a lot of this. Oh, they have chance of injury now. Hell yeah. Alright, bot part factory, which I want to immediately replace with bots because high chance of injury. I wonder about at the explosives factory. Hi, yep. Anyway, so then I need the bot part thing and then the bot part assembler. Which, to keep these things going, I'm gonna need basically fucking everything. Alright, so I'm probably just gonna have a section for each of the type of things so that I don't have to... So, like the head, because the head requires planks, gears, and metal, so I don't want to have to try and intersperse everything. Yeah, I really, really don't want to have to try to do that, so... And then I need to make sure that I've got the actual stuff that I will be using to assemble the bot parts somewhere. Yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be an engineering nightmare. But I want to do this right so that I don't have to worry about it. Because that's going to be what lets this place take off from, like, pretty alright, got some stuff going on, to, like, sick as fuck. Okay, good. We finally got that going. We don't have anybody doing metal over here. And I've got these on their way to being started. There we go. Yeah, these are not done yet, which is fine, because we're working over here right now. Oh. Looks like I've got this going. Alright. Perfect. Give it a minute to let it tell me if somebody got stuck. Doesn't seem like it. Bombs away. Alright. Now we path everything up. Perfect. Alright, and then we definitely want to borrow this. Oh yeah, I am going to set that to obtain. should have just automatically done the stuff under it too, I think. Yep, all good here too. Nope. There we go. I'm trying to keep it from exploding super loudly, which I don't think I'm doing a very good job of. Sorry, I am trying. I don't know why I've got 2 holes here. What's going on? Oh. They just did that, that's what. Man, why does it feel like I have no builders? Builder set. Each of those have 4 guys, so I've got 8 builders, plus the guys that work in the main thing, so I've only got 12 builders, that's why. But once I've got the beaver bots, I will have an army of them. I just gotta get there. Which we're slowly making our way toward. Oh yeah, I've got this whole thing. Yeah. Let's get that done real quick, actually. Actually, because I was gonna do this in this direction too, let's go ahead and get that going. Alright. And path. And then I was gonna do on all of the paths. Yeah, I think I still am. Because I figure if they're under the paths, the power shafts, if I put them under the paths, then I know exactly where they are, and I don't have to worry about it, you know? So, oops, but also there's a reason I'm doing this. This is highest priority, why are we not building it? Would that help? I'm so confused with this. What if I just... Nope, not a warehouse. Figure I want one for planks too. Oh, now they're building it. What the fuck? Oh, perfect. And last one. Perfect. Excellent. I did it correctly. I don't know why they're all facing a different way all of a sudden. That kind of messes up the view, but alright. And I think that should about do it. Alright, the next thing we gotta work on is a battery. Yay! I'm really hoping we come up with something that's not gravity batteries eventually. I really hate grav bats. They're so annoying. I'm gonna unlock all of this just so I have it. Oh, this is finally happening. Nothing else happening over there, which is fine. Alright. But, you know, another part of what I'm gonna do with this area, which I'm ending the video pretty much, but another part of what I'm gonna do with this area is I'm gonna move all of the production for things that we're gonna need over here. So, like, I'll probably have Spatterdock growing in the water, you know, because that'll make it easier to get it over here, or I'll use this green area to grow some potatoes even, which would be better. And then I'm also gonna move, like, I need gears, so I'm going to move the gears down here, and planks, so I'm going to move plank production down here. I might even have a little forestry area so that we can keep up with the wood that we're going to need. Like, I'm going to do all kinds of stuff over here, which I figure I'm probably going to section off an area for, like, farming, and then, like, an area for, like, forestry stuff, and then, like, an area for the actual machinery, you know, which we'll get there when we get there with a lot of that, but for right now, this works. And is even going pretty well right now, I'd say. So, not a bad place to leave off. As always, thank you for joining me. I do genuinely appreciate your company. I hope you have a good day, night, whatever it is for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!